Welcome to ZEN, where knowledge meets clarity. Today we explore one of history's greatest lessons. Why do powerful civilizations rise, and why do they fall? Every great civilization begins with a spark. For millennia, humanity wandered, but with the dawn of agriculture, we put down roots. This fundamental shift to stable communities was the fertile ground from which the first great societies would grow, laying the foundations for empires to come. Consider ancient Egypt, a civilization born from the life-giving Nile. Its predictable floods created an agricultural paradise supporting a complex society. The river was their highway for trade, their calendar, and the heart of their spiritual world. The Nile was the divine source of Egypt's power. Rome, in contrast, rose on the strength of its military. The disciplined legions were not just conquerors. They were engineers building roads and aqueducts that knitted a vast empire together. This expansion fueled a powerful economy and spread Roman law and culture across continents, creating an enduring legacy. Later, the Islamic Golden Age was fueled by an insatiable thirst for knowledge. Centers like Baghdad's House of Wisdom became beacons for scholars, forging new paths in mathematics and medicine. This intellectual flourishing was supported by vast trade networks, creating a vibrant exchange of goods and ideas. So, what is the common thread? Civilizations rise when people unite around a shared purpose. Whether a resource, an ideology, or knowledge, this unity is the engine of progress. It's the synergy of leadership and innovation that transforms a community into a society capable of monumental achievements. This is the zenith, the moment a civilization reaches its peak. It's a golden age where generations of growth culminate in an explosion of influence. At their height, these societies don't just exist, they actively shape the world, projecting their power, culture, and ideas far beyond their borders, creating a legacy that can echo for millennia. Consider the Roman Empire. Its peak was a triumph of engineering and administration. A vast network of roads connected the empire, facilitating trade and control. Aqueducts supplied cities with fresh water, enabling urban life on an unprecedented scale. And Roman law provided a framework for governance that still influences legal systems today. In Baghdad, the Abbasid Caliphate's golden age was a peak of intellect. The legendary House of Wisdom drew scholars from across the known world. They didn't just preserve ancient texts, they built upon them, making revolutionary advances in algebra, medicine, and astronomy. This intellectual flourishing preserved knowledge that would later help fuel the European Renaissance. This is what the peak looks like. It's a confluence of economic prosperity, a vibrant cultural identity expressed through art and philosophy, and a deep-seated societal confidence. It's the belief that their way of life is the pinnacle of achievement, a moment of splendor that feels as though it might last forever. But nothing lasts forever. The grandest monuments turn to dust and the most powerful empires fade into memory. The story of civilization is not just one of glorious ascent, but also of inevitable decline. The fall is rarely a single event, but a slow unraveling, where the very factors that fueled a society's rise plant the seeds of its downfall. Civilizations collapse for many reasons, but the causes often fall into three interconnected categories. First, internal decay. As a society grows, the gap between rich and poor can widen, breeding instability. Political corruption erodes public trust, and social cohesion frays as shared values are lost to internal conflict. The late Roman Republic, torn apart by civil wars and economic disparity, is a classic example of a society consuming itself. Second, external threats. The constant threat of invasion can drain a state's treasury and manpower. A rival power might outcompete it for crucial trade routes, strangling its economy. For centuries, China's Han Dynasty faced relentless pressure from northern nomads, a conflict that exhausted its military and finances, contributing to its collapse. And third, natural challenges. A sudden climate shift can trigger devastating droughts or floods, leading to widespread famine, a key factor in the decline of the Indus Valley civilization. Epidemics can sweep through dense populations, decimating the workforce and shattering social order, as the Black Death did in 14th century Europe. Often these forces combine. The Western Roman Empire was hollowed out by political instability and economic crisis, leaving it too weak to withstand invasions. The classic Maya collapse wasn't just a drought. It was an environmental crisis that intensified warfare between city-states over dwindling resources, leading to societal breakdown. From the mysterious Bronze Age collapse to the ecological disaster on Easter Island, history teaches a sobering lesson. The cycle of rise and fall is a recurring pattern, a reminder that prosperity is fragile. The fall of civilizations teaches us a hard truth. No matter how powerful, no empire is eternal. But knowledge, culture, and values often survive, passing on to future generations. Every rise and fall is a reminder. Strength without wisdom is temporary. So the real question is, will our civilization learn from history or repeat it? This is ILM ZEN. Knowledge is power, clarity is freedom.